This is a happy Rappy. Where's my happy Rappy? You good boy. Oh. Did you drink water? You did drink enough water today? He was kneading on my shirt, my sunflower leopard shirt, so I didn't want to take it away from him. He was feeling kind of under the weather for a few days. And he's perking up, I think. I wasn't kidding. He forgets to drink water, and I have to, if I notice that he's starting to act like a little shaky or something, noticed it the other day, and I was like, I brought it to him, and he drank a whole little cap of it. And he has water. Always. In fact, the bathroom faucet runs. Right, Rappy? The bottom faucet, the bathroom faucet runs. Because as a stray, I've said this before on other videos, he was a stray when I met him. He was about 2.5 years old when he came and became part of my family. And he never drank. And that's part of the reason why he gets bouts of constipation as he's gotten older. As a stray, if you notice, sometimes a cat will like paw at the water bowl. I mean, just make a mess every time they go to drink. Or if the faucet's dripping, they'll drink from that, even though there's a full bowl of fresh water. They've learned, because a lot of water, if it's still, it's probably stagnant, or there's a layer with like bacteria or something on it, germs. That can make them sick. And so they tend to like paw at to try to like spread that off the top before they can drink. And if it's too shallow, they don't feel like it's safe enough. It's only if it's deeper and they push that off that they feel like they can drink, or if it's running. Because think about it, running water in nature is usually over rocks or something like that from a faucet, a drip or something. And that's obviously a drinking source type thing usually, or drinkable at least. And I brought it to him, and I knew he had, and he actually took it. He didn't go like this. And then this morning, I was in the bathroom. He was looking to get up onto the counter from the tub. And the water was running in. I didn't watch him because, cats. You watch them and they'll stop doing it. So I looked away, left, I was just in there fixing something, putting something up. And, so, yeah, just a little while ago, I went by him. He was sitting on the counter at the cabinet there, and I was like, remember, you gotta drink water. It's weird, but I have to remind him. I know you're gonna think that's weird, but if you've ever had a connection with, I've connected with all my animals, but some of them ever since I nearly lost him, right around the exact time that and one of my spirit twin sons ran ahead. I'm pausing, I'm trying not to cry because in 2 days is the spirit bursary. But yeah, I think when I almost lost him. I did. He was at an emergency vet for 3 days and 3 nights and 4 days. Thank God a shelter paid it because it was like $4,000. I didn't have it. But they saved him. And I think when he had a pawn spirit and a paw in on Earth still, I think my son met him because they've never met my cats. They've been for the last, since they were 7, and at that time they were turning 16 at their dad's across the country. Spent the first 6 years with me. And he changed. Raspy, he changed a lot. And every time I was feeling sad or something, and it was specifically Gabriel, Rocky, he comes to me. So if you've ever had, or you currently have, that kind of relationship with a different species, it doesn't have to be cat, a dog, birds. I've heard people have some really good relationships with birds and even reptiles. Um, there's always the exception. There's always some animal that seems a little more inclined to be interested in hanging with the humans. And I have my theories on that, but I'd like to hear yours. And I'd also like to hear if there's a tear that stopped. It doesn't need to fall. It doesn't fall, but it doesn't need to cry anymore. So that's weird, and it just sits there blurring your vision. um, but if you've ever had a really, some people have had it with horses. If you've had cows, chickens, yeah, if you've had a really close relation, more than it just seemed like on a different level with another species, with an animal, tell me about it. I'd like to know. I'd like to hear about it. Because I absolutely, absolutely, I don't even want to say believe. I know that they understand a lot more than most humans give them credit for. And if I look like I'm looking weird, it's because I'm looking at him, not at you guys. Sorry, you're interesting. You are, I promise. But I can't keep my eyes off of animals. I can't. They're just... Oh.
Political cord by
no.
any stretch of the imagination.
No. I don't want to hear it. My cursor must have been in the wrong place at the wrong time or something. Yeah, but tell me. I would like to know. Or if you've ever had an animal seem to know how you're feeling. This is the one I used to have was a red tabby. His name was Tigger. Yes, for Tigger. And in Winnie the Pooh, yes. That cat. Maybe I'll tell you if you're interested. Let me, on some cat stories of crazy things with cats or whatever. Let me know. Yeah, I'll always be happy to talk about cats for sure. So if you want to hear some stories, I've had over 40 cats. There was one time I had 23, and they were all inside, all fixed, and general peace. 5 cat boxes. But yeah, I've got stories. I've got sad stories, and I've got weird stories with cats, living life with cats. So yeah, and on the same token, I'd like to hear what kind of animals you've ever had a good bond with. Peace out, guys.